Hi guys, Blue Bear Crypto back with another video, and don't know if any of you read the news at all, but the UK has recently announced that Ofgem is increasing the energy price by 6.4%, which means that energy prices are going up, which is not great if you are in the crypto mining space like myself, but it's not the end of the world. There are other options. It's just a little bit, it's almost annoying. I'm just annoyed more than anything. Great start to 2025, and also, if you've not been reading the news, we have a bit of a crash in the crypto space at the moment. I think Bitcoin went down more than 20% yesterday or the day before, so massive drops, fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the markets. But I also think that might be okay as well. So let me just go through that with you. So this is the state of the market that we're in at the moment. Bitcoin is currently sitting around $84,000. Ethereum's at $2,279. Solana's hit $137. Litecoin seems to be doing a lot better than everything else, $127. Then we've got Casper, which is sitting just over 8 cents per coin. Spooky times. Or is it? I'm going to show you what I think is happening right now in the market. Just to reiterate, nobody knows what's going to happen in the market, and anybody that tells you what will definitely happen is lying and possibly has another reason to tell you wrong. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. Don't take anyone else's word for it, because we're all just guessing at this point. And I'm just putting this out there as my opinion, and it'd be nice to look back on to see if I was right or wrong and what was right or wrong about it, so I can learn. All right, so this is Bitcoin. We're currently sitting at $84,000, and I thought I'd just have a look at the cycles and tell you what I think is happening as of right now. So there's lots of points in this chart that seem to match up with previous runs. So I'm going to include this run as the third run that we're going to use for this example, without zooming in because I don't want to lose my place. If we look at this little blip in October 2017, it is followed by a big run. And if you look at this little blip here, it is followed by a run. And if you look at this pretty massive blip, it is followed by a run. Now, I think that the cycle that we're in right now is going to be extended. I think it's going to be wider than what we've seen previously, just because of what's happening in the world with politics and wars. That's what I think. I don't think it's going to happen exactly like it has last time. I think it will just be stretched over a longer period. Where we are now, I think we are currently in this period where we are on a massive downtrend, and it's going to be followed up with a boom. Now, the reason that I'm not too worried if this happens, obviously if it just goes all the way down, then end of bull run, we'll know about it, because in two years' time, it'll probably be sitting around the same price like it does when we get into the bear markets. But if this goes back up and we get all-time highs again for the second time, that locks in what is happening in this bull run. And that is really good. The other thing that we will need to look at is with the bull run in 2017, what happened at all-time highs. So at like this point is the Bitcoin dominance dropped massively and went in hard to altcoins. And then as time went on, Bitcoin's dominance slowly grew back. And then we got to the next bull run, and Bitcoin's dominance dropped again, pumped into the alts. Everybody was making millions and billions and squillions in altcoins. As time went on, Bitcoin's dominance came back as God intended. But as you can see, we have not got any dominance withdrawal from Bitcoin. So I believe we will get this massive drop, we'll get the massive gain, won't affect the dominance too much. And then when we get to the highs, so the equivalent at this point, and bearing in mind, I think we're at this point. So when we get new highs, that around this point is where the dominance is going to flip, and all of these altcoins that we're in, the ones that are strong, I can't tell you which ones will go up and which ones won't, because it entirely depends on what the market thinks is valid. There isn't as much logic to altcoins, and I'm not saying that these coins don't deserve to pump or they're not going to. What I'm saying is that if you believe truly in something like Casper, like I like Casper, I think it's a really good project. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go up just because it's got good fundamentals, which is another aspect of the alt season that I think is going to be really interesting to see what actually does 100, 200, 500x, just because it's not how good it is in fundamentals, it's how many people want to buy it. And if you've got a load of smooth brain apes wanting to buy Pepe coin because they like the look of the coin's logo, it will pump up way higher than any other altcoin if they've got more money. That's just my 2 cents on that one. We've not seen a drop in Bitcoin dominance, so I think that is a good sign that we are setting up for a nice place. Realistically, if that is going to happen and we are in this downtrend, that means that Bitcoin will drop to around about the $60,000 to $58,000 mark if it's going to completely copy what happened last time. That's what I think will happen with Bitcoin. I'm optimistic that it will just copy what it's done before, and we'll all be laughing if we've held our bags. So on to other news. The cost of electricity has gone up. I think it was 6.4%, what I said earlier, which means that if you are on a standard tariff in the UK, you will just be paying more. If you want to move tariffs, they are more. If you want to go to a fixed rate or a flexible rate, as of now, to prepare for April, they will probably be a bit more, but probably cheaper than if you do it in April. So all tariffs pretty much will go up, except, and I don't know if this will change down the line, it probably will by a little bit, but smart tariffs, especially tariffs aimed more towards EV, electronic vehicles, or people with batteries in the house that can store electricity or energy. I have moved from Octopus now, so I am off the Agile train and I am off the Cozy tariff to Next Drive V6, which gives me electricity at 6.7p per kilowatt between 12 a.m. and 7 a.m., which means I can charge my battery between that time. I can run as many rigs as I want, and I'm paying 6.7p per kilowatt, which is probably the cheapest rate, which is fixed, so this will not fluctuate like Agile did. This is the cheapest standard rate that I've ever been on. So I could technically say that my electricity price is some sort of fixed rate. I know it's not fixed throughout the day, but it's fixed in terms of it won't change. It's just the cheapest, 6.7p. That's almost as good as most of you subscribe to me that are based in the US, which is all I'm trying to catch up with. I just want to be that person that can beat you for once in terms of electricity prices. So the plan, what I do, my strategy, I'll charge between midnight and 7 a.m. and then I will shut off all my rigs, which means that my battery can last the full day and I can get to midnight the next day on that charge. So technically, all of the electricity that I've used throughout the day will be at the 6.7p per kilowatt rate. I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I've put this in here as well, it's starting to get sunny. Like, the days are getting lighter, which is absolutely amazing. Today we've had a sunny day. Tomorrow we've got a sunny day for most of the day. Saturday we've got a sunny day for most of the day. It's just getting better and better. If I look at my solar panels today, I've generated 12.1 kilowatts of energy today. And bearing in mind that this energy that I've produced through solar will be used as soon as I get off the cheap rates on my tariff. So when I hit 7 o'clock in the morning, I won't be on the 6.7p kilowatt rate. I can't keep the rigs on because then they'll just eat through my battery, and then I will be paying the standard rate where the rest of the day. So Octominer will be on within these times. I am also going to be solo mining Bitcoin Cash with my S9J because it's still not profitable. If I go through, I'd still be losing £1.61 a day just mining Bitcoin. So going to spec and I'm going to solo mine Bitcoin with the KD6 that we're hosting. That is still not profitable. I might still run that for a few hours just for the giggles. You got to do it for the giggles sometimes, haven't you? I wanted to say to you guys, if you want to or are in the crypto space and you're needing to find a solution for your electricity, it's preferable to have solar panels and a battery. I know not all houses can get it or you can't afford it. This is the setup that I've got, and it means that I can still mine quite a lot, quite easily. The other rate, which is a bit cheaper but for a shorter period of time, is the Tomato Lifestyle tariff. That is 5p per kilowatt, but that's only between midnight and 6, so an hour less, which I think that's pretty good still. The problem with Tomato is they have really bad customer ratings, and a lot of people have moved away from them after moving to them because the customer service was so bad. So that's also something to consider. Tomato seems to be the cheapest rate if you can charge a big enough battery for 5p a kilowatt. They don't have the customer service behind them to follow. Then the other rate is Octopus Energy's Go tariff, which is the 8.5p. I will just say that the Next Drive EV tariff on Eon says that you can have just a battery in your house to get access to this rate. The other two, you're basically hoping that you don't have to prove that you've got an electric vehicle. But yeah, Octopus Energy, 8.5p between half past midnight and 5:30. And then for the rest of the day, 25.4p. So this is a no-brainer to me when it comes to going to Eon. And yeah, currently looking at the profitability, we've looked at the ASICs that I've got. My 3070 Ti's, which are in the Octominers, they are still making, they're still profitable, which the market is heavily down right now. Is pretty much not profitable for the majority. And to be in the UK and say that you can mine at profit using the grid and not using solar panels or anything, I think that's pretty impressive. And this number should only go up towards the end of the bull market, that is. In regards to mining rig updates, the two rigs that I have with my 46600 XTs and my other rig with a 3060 Ti and a 3070, they are both pretty much dying on me, and I've had them since before Ethereum went to proof of stake. I think the motherboard's dying, possibly the power supply, and I think that it could be the processor. It could be the processors on the motherboard, but then I think that the power supply is going on the 6600 XT rig, which is just a standard power supply, not a server PSU. And that's about it from me. I've been a bit quiet for the past few weeks. A lot of things going on in the background. I have bought another little goodie. Still got things to look forward to, and I think we're all going to have to grin and bear this little mini bear market. If you've held out this long, then I think you can do a bit longer. Same as me, though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around. Also, 699 subscribers. When did that happen? Thank you, everyone, again. And thanks for getting to the end of the video. Drop me a comment with any questions you've got, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.